What up, homies? It's been a long time, and I'd like to apologize officially for talking in the dark, for one, and for two, for the delay. I don't know. It's probably been since February since you guys have seen me, and I wanted to let you know why. So, since December, it's kind of been crazy. I was having some major ankle pain, so I actually have had both my ankles cleaned out. If you can see, I got some sweet Frankenstein scars, and that one on my right is still working itself out. So that does not mean, though, that we haven't got anything done. I actually said goodbye to someone who was really near and dear to me. She helped me with some of the designs you guys have seen on our store, and they're incredible. And she, boy, I tell you, she really meant the world to me. But she also pointed out some things that I needed to really take a look at. And so I'm super grateful for her, because I took a lot of downtime while I was healing from my ankle surgeries. And I really just dug into the brand Alpha and what exactly that looks like for me, what it's supposed to be, and what the plans are behind it. And I'll be honest, I had a lot to lay out. I have a lot of big ideas, a lot of big plans for it and what it looks like. And I think that's hard for those who are close but don't see the full vision. And so it's kind of tough, because where it ties into builds and where it ties into stuff like vacations and connections, stuff like that. And honestly, guys, oh, sorry. And honestly, it gave me a lot of good time, a lot of downtime to like figure out exactly what it is that I'm working on and what I'm trying to do. Not only for myself, because if you would have asked me, 10 years ago where I fell within my own brand, I would have told you outside of it, because I didn't believe it's for me. And that just isn't the case, because it definitely is for me, as well as it is for each of you. So there's going to be a lot of videos in the near future that basically just lay out what Alpha is. It'll explain how the builds that I've been working on actually fall right in line with what I'm trying to do with Alpha. And honestly, guys, there's been a lot of progress. I've got builds for other people, which that's part of who I am. And a big part of what Alpha is, honestly, is being brave enough to be who you are. I really like helping people, especially if I can help them go do their thing or have their adventure. Or my biggest thing, honestly, guys, is I love cheering people on to do their own thing. I think everybody's got their own adventure to live, and that, to me, honestly, and like the minimalist way to say it, is that's what Alpha is for me. I want to cheer you on to go live your dream, just like I cheer myself on now to live my dream. And I'm just kind of ready to say, I've had enough of the mundane life. I've worked blue collar for over 10 years now, and honestly, it's not that it's bad. I have a lot of respect for blue collar workers, and hell, I mean, I am one. But for me, I look at it, and it's not so much about the money. It's not so much about the things that it'll do for me, right? Because I'm responsible to do the things for me, take care of me the way I need to take care of me. And honestly, guys, throughout my 20s, like, I neglected that. That's why I've got this guy here. I know you guys have followed along the Banshee project. Guys, I've got the pipes welded. This motor's completely done. I have an intake underneath this bag. She's all 3D printed. I've got the swing arm mocked up. I've been able to get all my wiring done. My carburetor's in. I got my tie rods back. Don't mind the mess, the stool and stuff. I got a full garage of projects. I'm helping my little brother. I got the other Banshee running for my dad. I got a KRX motor and boxes for a buddy for his company. He owns a rental company. And I've got a razor for my buddy. I've got my own razor that I left home last weekend to, you know, it needs a belt and some things. So, I've got some progress on the boat. And none of that stuff you guys have seen because, well, quite frankly, I was just figuring it out. And so, if there's anything that I can say as far as what I'm doing here, I just encourage you to be honest with yourself and build and live the life that you want to live and build. And I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to make sure that I'm happy, and I'm gonna encourage you to do the same. And that's exactly what my brand is I'm just encouraging you to take on your adventure and live the life that you could if you decide to. So there will be some things, and I'm gonna be working on some designs. Like I said, that girl, she was amazingly talented. She was incredible. And unfortunately, it's to the point where we've decided it's best in our best interest not to work together. So I will be working on getting creative and doing some designs, as well as pushing some projects. Trent, my buddy who's helped me with some videos, he let me know he actually is game to continue looking into that as he's moving forward in his own business too. And so there are some instances here in the future where we'll be doing some collab stuff and going out and finding some other people to collab with. So guys, some exciting things, and I'm super grateful for the following we've built, despite my inconsistency as I have figured life out and letting people go and doing some healing of my own. And so just thank you for your friendship and support. If you guys have questions, or if I can help you out in any way, if I have some things you need, or if there's something that you've been looking for and you need an extra hand, I'm happy to help however I can. So just wanted to jump on, let you guys know where it's at. Today I'm hoping to get a video for the alignment on the front end done, and then finish the front end, so everything will be torqued in on the Banshee that we're working on. The exhaust is in the works, and then we're gonna have, I've got somebody lined up to do a Cerakote coating up to 2200 degrees on the exhaust. So that'll be coming soon. And then I got some boat stuff for some guys that'll be coming up here probably in the next week. I'm probably gonna wait till July 4th to film that, but I've actually made some progress on that too. It's been waiting on me a few years, and I've got 5 days off coming up for the 4th of July weekend, so I'm gonna just take that time and just see what I can come up with as far as putting some stuff to bed. So lots and lots of updates, guys. I know that was probably like drinking information from a fire hose, but I just want to say thanks to all the homies that have hopped on. There's 90 of you right now who've jumped on and gone and following. So I'm sure once we hit 100, I'll probably get pretty excited and throw some things out as thanks to you guys. So thank you for being here. Honestly, you guys are kind of like my homies. I know it's been really quiet, and I just want to say thank you for supporting me, even though it's been a minute since you've heard. So that's where things are at, guys. I'm super stoked. I also need to shout out to Off-Road Diaries, Jonathan and Krista. I met up with those guys back on Easter weekend, Halloween. Ooh, no. I met up with those guys on Easter weekend. I filmed a collab ride with them. I hooked them up with some swag of mine. Unfortunately, all my footage was rained out, so I'm gonna throw some of that together and probably incorporate it right after this, just to show you guys what we did. But I want to say thank you to Jonathan, man. He led an incredible line Easter weekend. I was in a ton of pain. That was like 3 days before my first surgery on my ankle, so it was all I could do just to be out there with him. But we met some great friends there, and a handful of others, and just guys, it was something. So right now we're kind of in a cleanup phase. That's why all the builds, and you know, just remember, like, life can be so much fun if you allow it to be, even despite the hard things you're up against. And if there's anything I can say, because I've almost given up on myself more times throughout my 20s than I can really fathom, but I've sure been able to grow a lot too. And so I'm grateful, guys, to be here. I'm grateful for all you subscribers, and for what you guys are finding fun that I do. I know there for a minute I was kind of downgrading my content, and then I got looking at how many projects I actually juggle and how differently I kind of go about them than most guys. So if there's ever anything you guys need, if there's anything I can do to help you as far as projects on your own, I'd love to extend that hand also. And honestly, like, here's to remembering, like, you come first, or you can come first. And I never really accepted that. I put that out. So I'm going to take quite a bit of time, honestly, and just work on the projects I got. I have a lot. It's amazing to me that it kind of took me this long to settle into a YouTube idea with how much I juggle already. And guys, just, yeah, the gratitude just extends for miles. So we're gonna get after it now. I'm gonna quit flapping my gums. We'll tear into this axle probably the first thing we'll do, and then we'll get some stuff done on the Banshee as far as videos go. So thank you again, and let's get after it, guys. Thanks for being here, homies. Let's see what's up. Alright, homies, I'm realizing I really need to find a better way to fix my camera up, because I noticed that my content probably sucks because my camera angles are always a little shaky, so we're working on that. So we got this all set up. Let's see if we can get a better view. The measurement on this is the 16th after 5/8, 38 and 11/16. Oh man. In the rear, they should tow in. The spec on the Banshee manual is a 16th inward. So I just get pretty close and grab the hub, and then maybe if it'll cooperate with me. It's not cooperating with me. I apologize. Anyways, so this one is set up at 38 and 5/8 in the front, 38 and 11/16 in the rear, and that is how you do an alignment. These are tight, but you just kind of dance with a tape measure and adjust on each side. I went through, checked my tie rods. These are 16 on center, both, so that's how I should know I'm square. As far as going straight, it can be kind of tough to. I mean, I just set up my handlebars pointed straight, and these are pretty straight. And that's how you just get it close, and then that's how I do a quality check. Is I'll just run on center here to here on each side, make sure those are roughly the same. So that is where we're at. Mine just happened to be 16 on center each way, so pretty happy with that. Guys, I got silicone hoses on the road. I'm also gonna break down and do a new radiator. Most likely end up going with the Mishimoto on that. And then I caught news yesterday. I'm having some help on the pipes. We're gonna bend them and I'll show you guys what exhaust exit will look like for now, and then likely later after I get the stingers. So that's where it's at. I have some steel mock-up plates. Those ones are actually just 3D printed at a 6-inch extension for the swing arm. So everything other than the mock-up plates are the mock-up plates. Wow. Those are all done. They're not powder coated or anything. I am going to end up doing some fabrication because I do like to bust out the TIG welder once in a while. So that's going to be to come. At this point, I'm kind of at the point where I know this bike isn't really going to see the sand. It's July and August, and so we won't, I personally won't typically ride the dunes again until September, October. And really, I don't really have any plans to be in Jericho or St. Anthony's until October. So end of October, even almost November, Halloween weekend. Maybe a trip or two before that, but that is kind of the goal on getting down there to run this. We'll run it in the neighborhood and tune it before then, but as far as getting out to the sand, it's a few months away. So I'm at the point where I'm just gonna take my time and do it and be done with it. After I was gonna do hoses and stuff later so I could run it, and I just changed my mind. I said, you know, it's been long enough and we're close enough. Let's just make sure we get it all right. So I have some chains. I'll figure out how many teeth I need. I do have 2 chains I can link together for now. I'm not a big fan of doing that. I prefer to only run 1 master link, but that'll give me at least the opportunity to count links and figure out what the teeth count I need to get the length or the link I need. Then I need to run some brake lines and minimal stuff. So that's where we're at. Guys, this thing, I'm excited about it, and I really can't wait to see it. You know, it's kind of funny. This has been on my plate for 10 years now, and life seems to be just throwing me haymakers like the last little bit. So I just can't wait to see what this comes together to be. Super excited to run it and just kind of goof off with it. Like I said, it's not really built to win too many races, but it should be a pretty fast running dune machine. So that's where this is at, and I apologize it's taking me so long to get back to you guys. But thank you for your patience again, and that's just a quick little rundown on a line in the front end. I'll get these all torqued in, and then we'll probably spend some time. I've got some seat plans that are pretty wicked. I've got just a couple more items, guys. Honestly, I got exhaust clamps, a grab bar, handlebars. I probably need to do this throttle assembly's broke, so I'll probably end up doing some stuff with that. There's a chance the headlights are gonna change. One of the guys that subscribed let me know he needs these plum headlights. These are the glass, the originals. So I'll likely be looking into some headlight changes. I also know that down the road we're gonna do some Moto shocks. So the stock ones are going away, and so there's a few things. I don't know how long or how far that'll be down the road. I'm kind of catching up on some finance stuff with my surgeries, but once we get that all said and done, then we'll chalk this up as a win, and we'll move on to the next one. And like I said, I'm juggling a few right now, so we'll be juggling pretty hard for probably a little bit, but I got some fun things to come, and we'll keep you guys in the loop as best we can.